everyone, Uncle Destiny back with you. As you can see, we're not filming in our usual location, so there's going to be some background noise. Sorry about that. But we're now here to do our reading for the month of September. And we're going to go, now September is also the point where we change seasons. So then go from the summer into the fall. Now those of us here in the northern hemisphere, this will be a time of waning energy. Those of you in the southern hemisphere, this will be a time of raising energy as you're going into the summer months. So, let's go ahead and see what the month of September holds for everybody. And let's get the ancestors in and hear what they have to say. Alrighty. So, those things that did not fall into the reading surface are not part of the reading. Now, as we also have, is a piece that stayed in my hand. So we'll begin there with this. This is a support poem. So there's supports that are coming, that need to be remained in the hand, that have yet to create their focus and present themselves. Those are the things that are, shall we say, in the hands of the divine. Those are the support that you seek is also in the divine. So that goes call into the aspect of understanding what your relationship is with them and how you can ask them for help. So, going on with our rest of what we've got here, we have our main bones, which is the home, work, and family. They're spread out. They kind of remind me of a leaf in the wind. Or, no, not so much a leaf in the wind, but well, leaf flag would probably be another way of putting it. There's the angle, and then they're off at the 2 points. Now, what's key thing about that is that this shows, as we saw in last month's, about directionality. So this one forms a bit of a path and direction. This is sort of the right-hand path. The right-hand path, the direction. The path of not the self, but the path of the other, of the community. So what this shapes and what makes up is the work bone is heading still purposely driven. It's heading in a direction, it's straight ahead, the course is laid. The work that you want to be doing, the work that you need to be doing, the work that you are doing is still on its path. And it's still on direction. So I wouldn't be looking to try and change, say, careers or so forth. Or at least if you're going to be making a change in careers, it needs to be in a different branch of the same field. So let's say you are a nursing technician. You need to work on becoming a nurse. Or you are an accountant. Time to work on becoming a certified accountant. So the focus here is about what it takes to remain in your field but also become the next level, which also increases your responsibility. Now, the angled ones off here are the family and home. Now the one closer to the work bone is the home bone. So the direction you're going to be taking when it relates to home is going to be slightly more off course. So you may have the changes you're seeing there maybe a little more pronounced. They may actually require some more new directions in going. So this may mean that if you've lived alone, you may need to be looking at roommate situations. If you've always lived in an apartment, you may be needing to look at a house. Or if you lived in a house, you may need to start looking at an apartment. You may need to look at living with family members. You may be needing to look at what other friends are offering you ways to live versus what you have been living in. Now, what crosses that is also the family bone. Now, it's parallel to the home situation. So there's changes in your relationship with family members. How that change is also going to involve what your relationship is with home. Again, home is more than just the physical place we live in and the family members and families we are born into. There's also the families that we have chosen and we make for ourselves. They can run a certain parallel. So it may mean some shifts in your roles and the relationships you have with family members. Some may need to be put back into their place. Some need to expand their roles. But as long as it is all in a direction of peace, for the highest good. And that also may mean shaking some things up. So let's move into the other bones here. These are more a cluster of our support bones, including the divine, with our connection with the piece of copper. And these are all very close to the work bone. So there are definitely matters that are going on around our work that are going to question our support. That's going to cause us to shift in our roles in support. There's things that are going to be beginning too, especially when we have this bone here, which is the one representing, I see, kind of like the pelvic bone, but also the bone of endings. So it's about opening and creating. So what is going to be created? What new relationships? What new work goals are going to be coming up? So developing the support that needs to come in, because it is part of your bigger path, the greater path, the path of purpose that you're here for. And as a little treat we have this time, we also have this blade of grass, which is under one of the support bones. So the thing here is that it's also next to the work bone. And so what it brings up is the element of nature. Now, there's the divine and then there's nature. Nature is everything that we're going in, and nature is everything I'm sitting in right now. What can nature support you in this path of your purpose? Is it potentially possible that you need to spend some more time in nature, even bring your work out into nature? So, while we still have the good weather, go on that lunch break, or take your desk out to the break area that's under the sun and light and work there and see what inspires you. Nature has an ability to inspire into what you're going to be doing. So, look to your path, look to nature, look to the divine, to help you find that direction and move on from there. So that's about it from what the ancestors have to say for you today. So tune in next month for our October reading, and we'll see what they have to say then, which is when the veil gets thinner. So this is Uncle Destiny, and I hope you have a good month of September, and may the ancestors bless you. Ashe.